Living in the Netherlands. This film is about renting and furnishing a house, arranging gas, water and electricity connections, and contact with your neighbours. Refugees with a residence permit are allocated rental social housing in the Netherlands. Social housing is for people on a low or middle income. Each council has to accommodate a specific number of asylum residence permit holders. The local council gives us a list of the number of people we have to accommodate in that year. We try to find a house for those people as quickly as possible. Only limited social housing is available in the Netherlands. Many people wait for a house for a long time, so you cannot refuse the house allocated to you. You can register with a housing association, and like everyone else looking for a home, you will be put on a waiting list. After a few years, you will be able to rent a different house. The waiting lists for family homes is longer than for apartments or rooms. Hylab came to the Netherlands alone. He was allocated a room in a student house in Utrecht. I live here alone. In Eritrea, if you aren't married, most people live with their family, their parents. But the culture is different here. It isn't difficult there when you live with your family, as they can help you. But when you come here, you are independent and have to arrange things yourself. That was quite difficult for me. It's getting better now. Ahmad and Sohad have been allocated a house in Montfort. Houses are empty when you move in, and you have to furnish them. Ahmad explains how they furnished their house. We started with buying things. We don't have to buy expensive stuff. Second-hand at Marktplaats. People should learn how Marktplaats works, how to search for things. A friend or neighbor could do this for you. I didn't know anyone here when I had to buy things, and I found that difficult. Then I got to know my neighbors. They helped me. We went to the shop together and bought things. The local council provides a loan to buy things. The rules for this loan vary from council to council. As well as furnishing your house, there are a few other things you have to arrange. You must first register your new address with the local council. You'll register with an energy company for gas and electricity, and with the water board for water. You can compare energy companies and enter into a contract online. If you want internet at home, you must also arrange an internet subscription. There are many internet providers. It is important to use gas, water and electricity carefully. This will save you money. Every house has gas, water and electricity meters. You must inform the companies of the meter readings once a year, and sometimes someone comes to check these readings. If your income is low, you may qualify for housing benefit. This is a contribution to your rent from the government. For your first house, the COA, or the Dutch Council for Refugees, will apply for this benefit on your behalf. To make living in the Netherlands easier and nicer, it is important to have good contact with your neighbours. Sohad has lived in the Netherlands for 2 months when she met her neighbour, Hans, outside in the street. Hans and I said, "Good morning." I was new to Montfort, maybe 1 or 2 months. Then you told me where you lived. You could hardly speak any Dutch. Then you said, "Shall we have a coffee?" In the Netherlands, when you move in somewhere, you should introduce yourself to your new neighbours. All you need to do is knock at the door and tell them who you are. If you like one another, you can always have a coffee together, but you don't have to. Peter, Hamad's neighbour, advises people to at least introduce themselves to their neighbours and get to know them. I would recommend simply getting to know the neighbourhood and the area. Invite them for a cup of tea and you will find that they invite you back. Just knock on the door, tell them who you are, have a chat. In the Netherlands, people may say no if you invite them to visit because they don't have the time. As well as your neighbours, you can get to know people in other ways, for example through voluntary work, school and hobbies. Nessa, Ahmad's son, joined a sports club to meet people.
Het was iets echt heel nieuw.
Everything was new here when I arrived. I didn't make any friends for 5 months. Then I went to a new football club, to MSV, where I made friends. We played football and trained together. Do you have any questions about living in the Netherlands? Ask the landlord, the housing association, your neighbour or your contact person at the Dutch Council for Refugees.